Akeyome kotoyoro, agepoyo. Hello, children. 2026 is the year of the fire horse, which I think is the perfect metaphor for what the year's going to be like. So, in most religions, the simplest shapes carry the most meaning. The cross is where Jesus died, yin and yang means balance, the Vihar looks cool as fuck. In Zen Buddhism, there's a circular shape which represents Buddhist teachings like enlightenment, truth, and the way of the Buddha. This shape is called the Enso. It's not just a symbol per se, but a form of calligraphy whose interpretation differs depending on who you talk to. I think the Enso is best explained by this excerpt from the Zen Gaku Daijiten. A circular form that is continuous and without end. It expresses completeness and perfect fulfillment, lacking nothing and leaving nothing in excess. It symbolizes, through the form of a circle, the fundamental nature of all phenomena in the universe. Perfectly luminous and tranquil, transcending all forms while embodying all virtues. There are two types of Enso, a closed version and an open version. Both could possibly convey ideas such as the universe or cleanse of all thought, but there are key differences between the two. The closed Enso signifies interpretations like infinity. It has no beginning, no end, is both empty of darkness and full of light. Perfection. The Enso is complete and therefore transcendent. There's just nothing of it to improve. Enlightenment. This one's a little more interpretive, but for me, the simplicity of the art and how it looks like the moon gives me the image of the perfect meditative state. Others say that the circle, representing an unbroken infinity, in which everything is both a beginning and an end, represents the true truth of the universe and therefore enlightenment. Honestly, it's up to you. A broken circle can mean that the circle is incomplete. Imagine that imperfect circle is you or me, as in we as people are incomplete and that we have the potential to grow and attain enlightenment, to perfect the human psyche. This all depends on each individual's interpretation, but for a quick answer, it's the Buddhist teaching of a mind free from fixation and liberated from attachment. Here are some Zen Master's interpretations, right? This is Zen Master Takuan Soho. With one uninterrupted stroke, he was able to create a flawless circle. First time I saw this, I was actually astonished. It's just so perfect, like his Enso reflects a world of absolute perfection. In Zen, an Enso is drawn by monks to express enlightenment or a person's state of alignment, right? This man was parallels ahead of us, at least. Also, what could this dot mean? It's done on purpose, so it's gotta mean something. This is Hakuin Ekaku, one of the most influential figures in Japanese Buddhism. In this picture, on the right is a tea-picking song, and on the left is a somewhat thick Enso. The Enso itself looks really nice. I like how the ink flows in a very liquid way. But why the artist drew the Enso next to a juxtaposing poem about maidens picking tea is honestly beyond me. Is he trying to say that enlightenment is just maidens picking tea? That's what some say. Others say that the image of maidens picking tea mirrors the very form of the Enso. How this connects to the ideas of enlightenment is up to the viewer. This is calligraphy master Sengai Gibon. Perhaps my favorite artist of all time just by how he draws frogs. Look at this guy. This is how he drew his Enso. Pretty fluid, right? Looks more like a pound of dough rather than something more enlightened. According to art historian Takako Kawakami, an Enso drawn in an irregular shape without concern for the brush's fading or roughness. This can be seen as an expression of Sengai's Zen spirit, free from attachment, even to enlightenment itself. He likens his Enso to that of a rice cake and says that such things should simply be turned into a sweet and eaten. Remember how I said earlier that an Enso is drawn to express their state of enlightenment? This comparison to a rice cakes become less funny and more thought-provoking the more you understand Zen. In this inscription, the character ko is missing from korekufte. This because the character was eaten by a giant rat. In another piece he made, known as the circle, triangle, square, it's believed that he depicted the entire universe and everything in it using only these three shapes. Could this be a reference to an Enso and something else? Is there meaning in how the color gets lighter as it moves to the left? Or even the direction how the shape overlaps? Nobody knows. That's why it's considered to be its most mysterious work. Now, to properly draw the Enso, it's actually not as easy as it looks. Yeah, drawing a circle isn't that hard, but to properly balance the width of the ink, add a little personality, that's the hard part. You see, the Enso reflects the minimalism that's so important with Japanese aesthetics, right? You might have heard of this term before, especially if you live in like Portland or something. Wabi-sabi is the appreciation of something that's imperfect in a way. Wabi represents inner richness and happiness found within imperfection. And sabi represents the beauty that could be found in simplicity. So if you're considering mastering the Enso, you have to keep in mind that the best Ensos are the ones that captivate people with its imperfections. It's like seeing scars on a person. A person with a scar tells me more about a person than a person with no flaws. I think stretch marks are sexy as fuck. Stretch marks are wabi-sabi. There's nothing sexier to me than seeing stretch marks on a person. Anyways, that's basically it. I got a Discord server now, so for homework, I want you guys to draw your own Enzos and submit it to the fan art channel. The Enso that speaks out to me the most, I will post on a channel post page. If you liked the video, make sure to give it a like, and also hit the motherfucking notification bell so you'll be there for the next week when I cover something completely opposite of Enso's. Thanks for watching, Denzel Curry. Cat's foot, iron claw, neurosurgeons scream for more. At paranoia's poison door, 21st century schizo man. Ba 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 da 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 ba 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 ba